Welcome to another episode of Demon of the Week, and this week we're going to look at Beelzebub. Welcome to my channel. You are entering the world of magic and mysticism with your host, Lee W. Johnson. Keep the lights on and help improve the channel by becoming a supporter for just $2.99 per month. Hit the join button. Alright, so Beelzebub. Let's just get straight into it. I don't think there's anything we really need to talk about beforehand. So, starting with Correspondences. Actually, there's a variety of different names, such as Beelzebub, Beelzebub, Ba'al Zebub, Beelzebul, and probably associated with Baal or Baal and Ba'al. Okay. Direction, northeast or north. Planet Jupiter, date June the 21st or the solstice itself, depending on which hemisphere you're in, summer or winter. Metal, titanium, country associated to, or within the Grimorium Verum at least, is Africa. Season, autumn, crystals, moldavite, dendritic, opal, obsidian, smoky quartz. Elements, air, earth. Connolly mentions the earthy part of air. Colours, muted dark red, black, grey, brown, silver and blues, and yellow. Incense, frankincense, sweet tobacco, myrrh or oud. Other correspondences, alcohol, tobacco, false unicorn root. I've never heard of that before in my life, but yeah, false unicorn root. The N, Ade Vocar Avaj Beelzebub. Alright, so the Dictionnaire Infernal describes Beelzebub as a being capable of flying, known as the Lord of the Flyers or the Lord of Flies. We'll get a bit more into that just now. The source of the name Beelzebub is found in the books of Kings, specifically Kings 1. You'll find it in verses 2 to 3, 6 and 16 within that book, where it is written as Ba'al Zebub or Ba'al Zebub, referring to a deity worshipped by the Philistines in Ekron. Interestingly, this biblical story is about the king of Judah, Ahaziah, who had fallen and was injured. He sent messengers to Ekron to consult Ba'al Zebub to find out if he could actually be healed or not. And Elijah was then sent by his God, the biblical God, to tell the king that because there is no God in Israel, i.e. the God of the Bible, which is why he is going to consult the God in Ekron, then he will die in his bed. Nice. You can really feel the overwhelming compassion from this God. No chance of this God, kind of saying, don't trouble your men, I am here and I will heal you. Just a God throwing his toys out of the cot and having a complete tantrum. Anyway, the title Baal or Baal or Baal, it means Lord. And is used in conjunction with a descriptive name of a specific god, usually that being Baal, the Canaanite God. Opinions differ on the exact meaning of the name, but it has been suggested that it could be translated literally as Lord of the Flies, or as some have suggested, Lord of Flying Things. The Hebrew scriptures, particularly the Old Testament, later adapted the name into Beelzebub, often portraying him as a demonic figure associated with idolatry and false gods. In the New Testament, Beelzebub appears as a prince of demons, synonymous with Satan himself, representing the epitome of evil and temptation. To get a better idea of who Beelzebub is, we should probably look at Baal or Baal or Baal. There's various different ways we can actually pronounce that. Some will suggest that these two entities are entirely different, but I tend to follow the thread that suggests they are the same. Baal being the Semitic origin of Beelzebub or Ba'al Zebub. To start with, we need to look at the most widely used of Baal's epithets, which is rider or mounter of the clouds, which is actually referenced in Psalm 68, verse 5. This gives an interesting insight into the translation of Lord of the Flies. It is possible that it is this rider of the clouds which has changed Lord of the Flies to Lord of Flying Things. Of course, many people still relate Beelzebub to flies and pestilence. I think there is a lot more to Beelzebub, though. We do, however, have a possible connection with him being the Lord of Flies, in that the Ugaritic records show him to be a weather god, having a particular association with lightning, wind, fire, and fertility, and therefore possibly indicating a role in averting or controlling swarms of insects that plagued agricultural lands. That is Lord of the Flies or insects in a positive sense, as opposed to the negative connotation and attention that he seems to draw with this specific title. Generally speaking, the use of the Northwest Semitic term Baal or the feminine Ba'ala, much like the Sumerian use of the term En, denoted a lord or lady and was not specific to anything unless an epithet was used to signify ownership, as it were. The word Baal appears about 90 times in the Hebrew Bible in reference to various gods, not just one. This is very similar to the use of Lucifer. It is simply a title, and there are many of them. However, coming back to his association with the Canaanite weather and agricultural god, we also find an association with him being a chthonic spirit, passing into the underworld during the dry summer seasons and coming back to the land with autumn rains to replenish the earth. What is also interesting is if you track the story of the Baal of Ugarit, the epithet of Hadad or Hadad Baal being the storm god that defeated the sea serpent Lotan, who is also equated with Leviathan, we do see parallels in the story of Thor and Jormungandr, which I thought I'd throw in there because it's kind of the stories are so similar. It just seemed a bit odd to me. Something else to mention also, specifically concerning the fertility aspect. This fertility aspect of Baal or Beelzebub or Ba'al Zebub, the Canaanite agricultural god, it does cause people nowadays to associate with Beelzebub for financial gain and money magic. This aspect of being a demon that can be worked with for business ventures is something that I have taken on myself. Beelzebub is one of the 5 demons that I work with when I was creating the Spirit of Wealth within the Egregore project. Connolly also suggests this in association with Beelzebub. In the Demonologist's Guide to Demonic Magic, she lists Beelzebub or Beelzebub as being the Lord of Lords and used in rituals for money, prosperity, and luck. In addition to all of that, we also have Johannem mentioning that he, and this is all in quotes directly from his website, is knowledgeable concerning biology, and it is his office to incite innovation. He is apt for rites of banishing, execration, healing, cleansing, and death magic. Beelzebub rules over indulgence, ambition, authority, the rise and downfall of men of stature, bravery, knowledge, sodomy, power, aeonic progression, prosperity, luck, murder, bellicosity, war, self-assurance, magic, and money. He can impart wisdom and insight to the witch and help her find her soulmate. So, yeah, it's quite a lot from Johannem, as always. All right. Okay, so that is Beelzebub. And, worth exploring, as all of them are. But if you are going to do some research into Beelzebub, then, Grimorium Verum is going to be one of the main places to go to because Beelzebub is, as I mentioned in the beginning, associated with Africa, whereas the other two, you have Lucifer, which is assigned to Europe and Asia, and then you have Astaroth, which is assigned to the Americas. Sorry for anybody in Australia, we don't know which spirit is assigned to you. But Grimorium Verum is a good place. That's good to go to, but also research Ba'al itself, the Canaanite God, and any others that pop up. There were a variety of different lords of things or places. So have a look into that. Anyway, so that's it for this week, and I'll see you next time. Cheers for now. Bye bye.